And we are live. We are live. Steve's got some serious issues tonight with his bandwidth and his internet. So at the moment, it is just me. We've got no viewers. Steve, your audio is not very good. So at the moment, we have one viewer. Okay, hi. Right now, I want to look for the chat on my phone. See if we can find out.
And I'm not sure if they can hear or see me at all. So
I'm not sure. Well, we have 5 viewers. So how you doing, guys? Just to let you know that Steve's having some serious issues over there in Ireland with his internet tonight. So
serious issues.
Yeah. So I think you can hear him, but you probably can't see him.
Yeah, I hope so. Anyway, hello if you can hear me, and hello if you can see me. Just let Rob know if you can see or hear me. I can't see chat at the moment either. I'm working on that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at chat now. Okay, I got my chat up. Oh no, that's your chat. That's just you and me. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it on my phone.
What's new to all this?
Yeah, this is. I am new to this. It's not my day, I should say. Rob and Steve live. Okay.
I just smashed stuff in my workshop just to let everybody in temper.
Okay, so we've got chat up now. Now I can finally read some of the chat. Well, this is going well. I wonder if it's broadband problems. Yes, it is. I thought we'd missed it. No, you've not missed it. We've been struggling to get it up on onto online. Steve's, like I say, got some serious problems, and you may eventually get to hear about that a little bit more. We had let me just.
Like I say, got some serious problems, and
oh,
you get to hear about that a little bit more.
Steve, you have to turn your sound off because it's coming back to me.
Okay, I've got chat up here now. Can you? You can still hear me? You can?
Yeah, they can all hear you. So
can they see me?
No, that no one can see you. Okay, so we'll have.
Okay.
Let's just have a quick chat. Now, this is going to be a fairly short one because, like I say, Steve's having some serious issues over there in Ireland. But we kind of wanted to just kind of do a real quick intro. I just hit 4,000 subscribers on my channel. Thank you guys for that. I did a giveaway on a video. I just realized that September 30th, I'll have been on YouTube for 2 years. I didn't think it was that long already. And Steve, you're just a little over that, right?
I think it's only a couple of months, so it's not much.
Right. Okay. So Peter Norris, wherever you are the winner of these pen blanks. These pen blanks, Peter Norris, these are yours. I need your mailing address so I can send them to you. So if you do get a chance to watch this, or if anybody out there knows Peter Norris, please have him message me and I'll send them on his way. In a nutshell, what we wanted to talk about tonight was YouTube design and inspiration, right, Steve?
Yeah. I don't know what's happening here. I'm getting kind of a lot of feedback and stuff. I'm working on my cell phone coverage here, and it's Ireland, and I won't even go there. Rob really doesn't want me to go there after the rant that I just had. So yeah, it is supposed to be about YouTube and you, me, and how we run it and how we would advise others to run it. At the moment, I'd say don't bother. But unless you've got a really good bandwidth. the inspiration and design on the pieces that we make.
Terry says it's so much better not seeing Steve. LOL.
Yeah, thanks for that, Terry.
Yeah,
it's all right. I'm taking names here. I'm taking names, right? So that's, let me see here. That's Terry Skies is being trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll kick him off now.
And
kick him off.
Asgard Wood Turning says, we can't see you, Steve, but no one is complaining.
Okay, that's another one. Asgard, you're gone. Right, okay. This is my turn to start booting people off. That's good.
We'll have none of that. Upstairs. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so let's just go through this real quick. We were going to talk about a few of the people that inspire us or who we're watching on YouTube right now. Just lately, I'm just going to name 3 people that I've been watching. And it's not all about wood turning. It's about making and being inspired and being productive and being artistic in what you do. The Samurai Carpenter, if you check him out on YouTube, Samurai Carpenter, he's in the west coast of Canada. And he's a young family man with kids, and he's very cool. I think he's pretty cool. And he does some amazing work with some traditional Japanese tools, saws and chisels and different things like that. Does amazing work, just fantastic. And his latest video was carving a rock into a sink. Like, this guy's got more energy than I can possibly imagine. Go over, check his channel out and subscribe to him. Not that he needs subscribers. It's not about subscribers. It's just about checking out what people are making. He did a video where he made a toolbox, and he sent that toolbox to another YouTuber. His name is Alex Steele. He's in the UK, a very British person, more British than anybody I could possibly imagine. But he does some amazing work. Alex Steele, what he does is mostly Damascus steel. He makes knives and axes and hammers and all kinds of things. He's got a fantastic workshop. Go and check him out, Alex Steele. And one last guy, Rag and Bone Brown, is another English guy, and he takes mostly off discarded furniture and stuff like that and recycles them into amazing pieces. Go check him too. So those are just 3 channels I wanted to bring up. Do you have any there, Steve?
Oh, I can't bloody watch any at the moment, can I? Bloody stupid, bloody Irish internet. Bloody. Oh, actually, we're not monetized. Fuck.
No, this isn't
God
monetized.
No, I don't have any at the moment. I am, I've lost it tonight, guys, to be honest with you. My head's not thinking. I had the whole show organised. We had the whole show organised, and this has just thrown me off. So now I'm just struggling because I hate not being able to see anything. I can see the live chat. So, Rob, you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Keep it going. And it's very hard to do this with just voice.
In the chat.
I'm used to being...
Can you see this chat, Steve?
I can see the chat now. I've just found the chat and got the chat working.
Okay.
But it's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Well, it's better than nothing, right? I suppose. Considering all things considered. We're not really going to talk about Memphis tonight. That was something we were going to talk about. Something we want to talk about weekly is what are you making? So what are you making in your shop? We want to talk about that. It's going to be a lot easier with both of us, so you can see both of us. I can tell you right now that I'm making that. It is a bowl, and I'm going to be doing some carving on it. And I was in 2 minds as to whether I should carve it or not, but I decided to hell with it. It's just another piece of wood. I got so much wood here. I'm just going to carve it and see what happens. It's either going to ruin it or it's going to make something different, right? It's definitely going to be different, whatever it is. So I'm going to go for it. So that's my next project video. Steve, what are you making?
I'm making this.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a nice piece. I'm not sure about the size and the design of it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's quite nice. No, at the moment, I've just put another wood on the lathe today, and I've started doing another hollow form, and I'm going to do some more piercing and carving and stuff. I just finished the hands bowl, which I was going to show off to people tonight and show people a real-time view, but that's not going to happen, unfortunately. That got a great response. The hands bowl really, yeah, a lot of people seem to like that. I think it just went mental on Facebook. I think it's just because it's different, and that's why I wanted to talk about design and inspiration tonight, because I think it's very easy when you're wood turning or making to stuck in the same genre and the same style of piece that you're making at the time. I see a lot of pieces out there, and I kind of skimmed on this last week. It's very easy to keep making stuff the same, and you get in a rut and think that you can't branch out and kind of push yourself limit wise. And I think there's any problem with putting a piece on, and like you, Rob, I know for a fact, and you might not admit it, but maybe you will because we're live tonight, but I think I can guarantee you looked at that piece a million times thinking, oh, the figure on that is amazing. Do I really want to destroy it? But that's just you. You love the natural look of a piece of wood. And I think to step outside the box and isn't a bad thing. Yes, you might screw it up, but what the hell? Like you say, you've got a shitload of wood there. Go for it. And if you mess it up, then you know not to do it again. But there's so many people out there that are afraid to push boundaries and think you don't even have to show people if you mess it up. I do. If I mess something up, I'll show people because, you know, maybe someone's thinking of doing the same thing and they can learn not to do it, or they might just do it better than me. Do you know, that's the thing about design and creativity. Just go for it. And if you fuck it up, you fuck it up. And what the hell?
Absolutely.
Who cares?
Absolutely.
Don't listen to people on Facebook telling you it's shit. You already know it's shit. You off. Who cares?
Well, I'm thinking now, because I'm looking at my my razor tip burner here, I may even put some pyro on it. So I may do some carving and some pyro on it. I'm not going for color yet, though. I'm not big on color at all. Hold on that idea.
Yeah, color is definitely a Marmite thing. People either love it or hate it, but you know, it depends on the wood as well.
Yeah, I suppose, again, when you've got figure and stuff, I don't think it really needs it, you know. But if you got a piece of wood that's as bland as pine, I mean, I'm not saying turn pine, I'm just saying you might have some sycamore wood. Sycamore wood's perfect for color because it tends to be fairly bland. There's not much of it that I've seen. Although sometimes, you know, you get the bug activity and the spalting and stuff, so that helps. But just a general piece of wood is fairly plain. So yeah, for sure, try some color, but I'm not sold on it. You know, I might try it one of these days. I did actually make something and it's horrible. I'm not quite sure what this is, but we might have some use for it. I have no idea what that is. This was going to be a hollow form with some colored epoxy.
I'm gonna have a look at it now. Hold on, I'm not on. Oh, that looks like a big blue penis, Rob.
It kind of does. It kind of does. But I haven't given up on it yet. I'm going to do something with this.
Maybe someone is out there looking for a blue dildo.
If anybody's got some use for this, I'll send it to you. But I think it's got potential still. I just don't know.
Oh, it's got a lot of potential, all right.
I just don't know what the potential is for. Anyway, enough of that.
I don't know what was in your mind when you were making it.
No, me neither, mate.
I'm having. Yeah.
Butt plug. Julie Booth.
You know,
Julie Booth says it's a butt plug.
Yeah, well, that you want, I suppose.
Well, sometimes you make things and it just, that's what's in that bit of wood, right? So.
Yeah, exactly. What was in that bit of wood was A big giant blue butt plug.
Giant blue butt plug. No. I don't know. What else have I got sitting around? I got this too. This.
Air freshener.
I made that. It was going to be for jewelry. It's got the holes around the edge for the nice piece of wood, but I just hate the shape. So, I mean, everybody's got pieces laying around that they've half made, and they just, you know, you just end up sitting somewhere. You don't do anything with them. You know, I got pieces everywhere, man. I got a buddy of mine had this for a game, and he needed another one.
He's got.
So I made this one, and this was the original one. And I should give them to him because he wants them back, but they're just sitting there on the microwave. Anyways,
I'd like to put it out there. What inspires people out there in Chatland? What inspires you? Who inspires you? What makes you suddenly think, oh, I'm going to make this, or I'm going to make that? What things do you look at? Where do you go to inspire the pieces that you make? If you're a maker, I mean, you know, what inspires you in general?
Don't say butt plugs.
Yeah, what inspires you, Rob?
What inspires me? The old man in the picture back there, me dad. Like he was a wood turner, you know that. And every time I come down here, he's sitting there watching me. And in fact, my granddad is over there too. My dad had a picture of his dad in his workshop, and that's kind of why I have a picture of my dad in my workshop. Tradition, I guess. I'm a man of tradition. But what inspires me? Obviously, my dad initially, because otherwise I'd never do wood turning if it wasn't for him. But you know, I love bringing out the natural grain in the wood. I mean, most of the wood I get, the grain that's in it, and the character that's in the wood. So realistically, I'm just trying to bring that out and polish it as best I can. Now, I don't get too artistic with shapes and designs and things. Most of my pieces are not that artistic or designed. But again, at the end of the day, if I can see the character in the wood and it's shiny and it's got some chatoyance in it or whatever that they call it, then I'm happy. You know, I'm super happy. But what inspires me? I mean, I just enjoy watching so many guys on YouTube, you know. There's so many guys out there making stuff you know.
Asgard asked the question to you, where's your camera in your microwave?
Say what?
Why is your camera in your microwave?
It's not in the microwave. It's sitting next to it. Okay, I'm sitting looking at my laptop, and the laptop is sitting in front of the microwave. The microwave's right behind it, up on top of it earlier.
Michael Rudkin says, I'm inspired by Al Furtado and ugly chunks of wood. Yeah, that man inspires me too. And Jesus, does he put some scary bits of wood on his lathe? I mean, he is an extreme turner, but he turns some seriously nice stuff.
He turns a lot of wood.
But he can talk too. Al's a lovely guy, but by Christ, can that man talk?
He does. And then there's people there's people out there that you watch a lot, and then they just disappear off the face of the world. Like I say, Stephen Ogle. I haven't seen him in a while. What's he up to? I know he's from down.
Well, yeah, he's a full fireman too, right?
Yeah. What's going on with him? I don't know if I don't know what's happened to him, but I haven't seen him in a long time. And Robbie, the wood turner in Ireland there, I know I used to love watching that guy. I haven't seen him in a long time. I don't know if he's been sick or if he's passed on or what, but he was a great guy.
Robbie, the last time he was, his last video for his father actually passed. I think he just took it really bad. And Robbie has a few medical issues himself. It wouldn't be nice to talk about stuff like that without being present, but I know he does have medical issues himself, and I do know it's a fact that he took that passed on his father very badly. So maybe he just, you know, just took time out, decided, you know, feel important things in perspective, I suppose.
Yeah, that's for sure. I totally get that. I mean, I've been there recently myself quite a lot, and it's not easy. But I find wood turning to be an escape from other stuff. You know, when you were here last September, was it September? Maybe August.
Yeah, I think so.
You talked about me putting everything in boxes and only opening one box up at a time. And that's the way I cope. It's a coping mechanism, right? You've got family, you've got medical things, you've got sick people, you've got all this stuff that's going on, and you've got hobbies and interests and things. Like, there's just so much going on in everyone's life, right? And with social media, there's Facebook, there's YouTube, there's so much stuff going on constantly, you know, and I've got my 3 boys and stuff going on with them. So I keep everything compartmentalized and separate. I try to anyway. And that way I can come here and I can focus on this today, right now. And then I can go to the lathe and I can focus on that. And then I can go to work and I can focus on my work. You know, everything has its time and its place. You can't just keep everything open and have a confusing life and focus on nothing about it anyway.
True. It is all to do with it, putting things into perspective and doing stuff the way you can deal with the stuff the best way possible for you and the life you live. Me personally, the way I get inspired is, I get inspired by others turners' work and stuff like that. But I'm pretty well known now for not taking somebody's idea and kind of try and improve on that idea. I like to, I don't know, the best way I can describe it, for instance, the hand bowl that I just made, I was looking online and mahogany, because I had this piece of mahogany and I just typed in mahogany art on Google, and I've made a few pieces. I just did something about hand and crafting with hands and stuff like that I've always liked. And I just came up, I saw this mahogany, it was, I forget what it was. I think it was a lamp, and it had hands carved into the side of it. And I just thought, do you know what would be cool is to actually make a bowl with hands emerging out of it. Yuval Lahav has done a lot of emerging stuff. He does some really cool emerging goblets and stuff like that. And I just thought to have hands appearing out of a goblet would be really cool. And lucky enough, I managed to do it, and it came out pretty much how I wanted it to do. So I don't know, walking through stores. I mean, Asgard actually kind of hit on a part that I wanted to say in the chat. It says, I'm inspired by walking through the supermarket and seeing a wood effect Xmas decoration for £15, like it's turned, but it's just cast resin, and think I could make that from wood. Yeah, exactly. That's do that too. I do that all the time. You'd be walking through like the odd antique store, and you look at something, you think, oh well, they're just not made anymore. I'd love to make that. Yeah. Or you see an ornament up on your and think, that's really cool. I've never seen something like that. That would look really nice made out of wood. So I think there's inspiration coming at us from all over the place. Yeah. And it's what you take in and what you remember. I mean, you know, it's the world's your oyster with design and inspiration, to be honest with you.
It is. Usually when I put a lump of wood on the lathe, and if I'm making a bowl, for example, really it's up to the wood. I mean, where the voids are and things, I have to remove all of that, or I want to remove all of that, and then a shape just appears. There's 1 or 2 shapes that I have to go back to now and again because I enjoy making those shapes. It's usually on the spur of the moment. Most of what I do is on the spur of the moment. I don't have an idea necessarily in my head when I start turning a bowl or something, but you know, it just forms. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. But
Richard King's very much as well. I love to turn a lump of firewood into something useful or artistic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That is what making is about. Taking that's no longer any use to nature, and turning it into something that is beautiful and can be the rest of someone's life or many lives. That's what making is all about, or making something at this particular time to use to enable me to carry on making stuff and doing this. That's exactly what making is all about.
Absolutely. And like Michael just says, antiques, Art Deco, and I can't pronounce that, Art Nouveau. a great source of inspiration and shape. Yeah, looking at what the artisans of the past used to make and what people are making these days, like in factories and things. And look at cars. Look how the design of cars have transformed from amazing looking vehicles, and everything's kind of look the same now, mostly. You know, the average car. But yeah, the old church buildings and some of the way they're built and the designs, and just amazing compared to just a regular bog standard house they build, you know. But there is inspiration everywhere, for sure.
That's the shame of progression, I guess. It's killed art, a lot of art, and a lot of ways artistic people think. I know there's new types of art now, but the old art of how cars were built and buildings were built, most of the time now it's because of the cost. You know, you'd never build a car or a building the way that you could back in the day, because it just cost stupid amounts of money because of the cost of raw material.
Yeah,
you know, and that's kind of sad.
Well, it seems like some of the pride is gone, because it's all about the pressure of meeting deadlines. It's all about deadlines and cost factors, right?
Well, I know, Rob, Rob's pushed for time tonight as well, because it's his second oldest son, Connor's birthday. 19
today.
Happy birthday, Connor. Yeah. So I know it's kind of pushed for time. There are a couple of bits that we need to get sorted this evening. Sorry about the feed tonight, guys. We will always try and get on if we can. I was going to give up if it wasn't for Rob tonight. Probably smash the phone as well. I've actually smashed in temper the receiver for my internet, so I'll get onto the company now and get a new, in pure rage and temper.
Now I have a video recording of the entire rant. I'm going to show
That's never.
I do. I videoed the whole rant. It's like 20 minutes long. I was actually cracking up watching you, Steve. It was hilarious. I know you were angry, but it was the way you dealt with that just killed me. Just about pissing my pants. It was so funny. There is a bit at the end that you probably could put up on Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, because you were relatively calm, except for the last little bit. But yeah, it was pretty funny. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks that you live in Ireland. Not so much the island parks. I love Ireland, but it's the services that you're provided with that aren't giving you the service you need for this. But man, that was funny.
Thanks.
Alan says post it.
Well, discuss it. We might show bits of it next week.
I think that needs to be part of it, Steve. You want to be open and honest, and this is where you can be honest.
If you're joining next week, when I do have my internet up and running again, we'll post the rant. I don't mind people seeing my anger, but you're not seeing it this week because it might kick me off again.
Yeah. It's pretty funny though.
Quickly sorted before we have to finish this up, because like we say, Rob has a birthday party for his son to go and do, and his son's waiting for to open his gifts and stuff.
Yeah.
Rob's actually been watching a guy on Facebook and YouTube, I believe. I think it goes by the name of MH Originals. Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
And he makes cowboy hats. He turns and makes wooden cowboy hats.
I think that was his first cowboy hat. So
that was his first one.
It's a daring project. It's quite advanced. I haven't personally made one. I'd love to be able to make one. Haven't made one yet, but I watched him yesterday. It was just a short video clip and some photographs he posted on YouTube, and I thought, or on Facebook, sorry, and I thought, yes, I'm going to make one. So I challenged Steve tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Rob said to me, wouldn't it be great to make one of those? And I said I always wanted to make one of those. So we have challenged each other, I suppose. And we are going to attempt. Are we going to do it this week, Rob? Or are we going to set a time limit? Or how do you want to do it?
I don't know if there's a time limit necessarily. I've still got this big burl down here. It's on the ground that I've got to finish. And I couldn't make the hat out of that. It's not really the right shape or size or anything. But let's pick a piece of wood by next week and decide how big it is. There's no parameters. It doesn't have to be a certain size. It doesn't have to be full size or anything. It could be 6 inches around or whatever. But let's make the first one, because you got to bend the rim too, right?
Apparently, I don't know. I've only ever watched one being partially made. I actually watched it live at a show I was at.
Yeah.
He was turning the actual hat part of it really thin, and I was blown away by it. So yeah, we'll choose a piece of wood. I don't have much of it lying around, so I might have to order a piece in, and pop a challenge next week. How's that? So, yeah. But what I would like to throw out there is, if any of you want to join us with the Cowboy Hat Challenge, I don't know how Rob feels about it, but I would be quite willing that we'll have a think about it this week, see how we're going to run the Cowboy Hat Challenge.
Yeah.
And depending, see, it is quite an advanced turn-in because it's very thin turn-in. There's a technique involved with it. For people that are comfortable doing it, also, maybe if we just set on the side for novice and intermediate newcomers to wood turning or makers, it doesn't even have to be turned. Maybe if we just do kind of an advanced hat turning and maybe just make any hat you want to make type challenge. So we'll just call it the Rob and Steve Hat Challenge. How's that?
Yeah, we could do that.
I think so. And I don't know, I'm sure he would agree. Once it's all over with, we'll post all the pictures of your hats and things. We'll get you to send them in. We do have an email address. I can't remember it at the moment. 1 second.
I've got it here. I've got it here. Do you want it? Okay, so it's Rob and Steve, Uncut and Live. So that's Rob and Steve, Uncut and Live.com. So yeah, if you want to email photos, email us, whatever. If you want us to talk about anything, any questions, comments, or whatever, you can email us. Absolutely.
Yeah, email us to that email address. I'll also, or we will also put it in. Actually, I will type it in here now while I am here. Yeah, so email us anything about the show, what you would like to see on the show, any topics you'd like to discuss. And it doesn't have to be making. About your mother-in-law, we'll talk about your mother-in-law.
No, we won't.
No,
we won't.
Oh, why don't? It's a little bit more.
My mother-in-law will be here next week, all the way from England.
Oh, we'll get her on the show then.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely get Jeff on my YouTube channel again. My father-in-law made a bowl or something on my YouTube channel last year, so I'll definitely get him on my YouTube channel again. I'll try and get him to make something else this year. I don't know. I'm going to push him to do something he's not done before, maybe a goblet or something.
There you go. I just posted the email address on the chat there, folks. So
yep,
that is the email. Copy and paste, save that. That is our email address. If you send us pictures, even if you send us what you're making during the week, we can actually put them up on camera on the next show. We'll screenshot and share the pieces you're making. Do you know what we'll do? we'll do a segment of viewers' pieces of the week.
Holly says she owns a Chris Ramsey cowboy hat.
Oh, cool.
Very cool.
Maybe, Holly, maybe you could join us on the show next week and you could show us that.
Can you wear it?
I would say so.
Yeah.
How do you do, Mr. Turning Works? Are you not drunk at a wedding yet? No? Is it your sister's wedding? Dave. Kappa.
Dave, you're over there. You can't see me sticker. I got me sticker, Dave. Cheers, mate.
Mark Hogarth says his mother-in-law is an old dragon. It's not very nice.
What, a Welsh dragon or a Scottish dragon?
Holly says the hat is fitted to her head.
Nice.
Does that mean that it's there, Holly, and you can't take it off?
Along with her bracelet she can't get off.
Dave said he drove back. All right, it's done and dusted, Dave. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so that's the hat challenge. What you making? Oh yeah, no, that's it. We're going to call it what you making. So we'll show pictures of what you're making. Also, what I wanted to just mention as well is we are going to do a segment each week of peak. So if you have internet connection to mine, you have a camera and a laptop, we are going to be having viewers of either our channels or just of this particular show. You're going to be quite welcome to come on the show half an hour each. We'll probably have you on for about half an hour, and you can ask us questions, we can ask you questions, and the folks out there can ask questions. And we just think it'd be nice to incorporate the viewers in the show, because basically that's what it's all about. It's all about you. It's not just about us. So yeah, we'll do viewer of the week as well. So if you're interested in that as well, you can also pop that into an email and send it to us. Anything else there, Rob?
I think that just about covers it for tonight. Yeah, that covers it all, mate.
Like I say, I'm really sorry about the internet connection, guys. I hope cell phone connection was good tonight, and it wasn't too spluttery and crappy. I don't know why my camera's not working. It could even be, to be honest with you, a button that Rob's pushed that end. I don't know. I'm Rob.
I like pushing buttons, that's for sure. Well, I tell you what. Thanks from Steve in Ireland and
Rob in Canada.
There you go. This has been a blast. So again, we're gonna have to review the video of Steve's rant and see if any of that is actually viewable. It was brilliant. It was brilliant, Steve. It was brilliant.
We can't be shut, but don't worry about it. We're not monetized. We're not advertising anything. Whatever adverts they're running on our channel, that's their problem. We can say and do what we want on this channel, as long as we are not putting anybody else and ourselves down.
Yeah.
Guys, I hope that you can forgive us for a middling fair show tonight. I hope this doesn't put you off watching us next week. We are going to have difficulties every now and then. It is a live show. Rob will tell you how pissed off I was about tonight. I was extremely pissed off. Really, sort of person that likes letting people down. I'm really not, and it really does piss me off when simple things cause annoying problems. So hopefully I can get somebody to fix this. Now smashed with my hammer. I actually knocked a part of the satellite off the wall as well in temper. So I don't know.
Right, I'm actually getting text from the wife now to go upstairs. It's 5:40. Connor wants to open his birthday gifts, and I can't blame him. I'm just having a message here from Michael. We're in Canada, Southern Ontario, just outside of Windsor, a small village called Woodsley, is where I live. Okay.
Yeah.
On that
Literally
note, note,
goodbye. Thanks a million. I will say goodbye, and I will let Rob close the show.
Okay. Talk to you soon, Steve. And thanks everybody for dropping by and all the comments, and appreciate it. It's a good time. I'll talk to you again soon. Until next week.